So yes, guys, welcome back to another Trashman Tennis Fit. Condor in the house, literally about to string up what you would think would be my FX 500 tour from Dunlop, but you would be mistaken. These are mine right here in the left hand. I've been swinging these since their release in January of 23. Even pre-ordered them. That's how hyped I was to be a Dunlop Devil swinging this 500 tour. Take great pride in being the only tennis tuber in the tennis YouTube realm with this beautiful blue stick. But unfortunately, that comes to a conclusion today. I'm a simple man. I live by 3 rules. Honor God, love your women, and do not be a copycat. That is why, in and of itself, I gravitate towards Dunlop. Never one to choose the mainstream, always one to opt for the overlooked and underestimated, and that certainly is what Dunlop is, both on the pro level and at the recreational tour. You just don't see us Dunlop Devils. We are few and far between. But Longshanks here, imposing himself, adding insult to injury, making me string up his racket, copy and pasting my racket setup. It's wicked. It's a good setup, and imitation is the highest form of flattery, so perhaps I can take solace in that. But down to the leather grip, the string in the string bed alpha, now the official string of choice for Trashman Tennis. Check it out in the description below and look at the review up in the upper right hand corner right now. You're not going to want to miss it. And even the tension, 55 pounds, is a carbon copy. So let's look at the specs here for you tennis heads, since I do have all 3 in hand. Check out the quality control, and then let's ask Longshanks himself why in an interview he had to do it. Let's go. Longshanks static weight sitting at 316. That's an 11 gram upgrade from the 305 it should be. Makes perfect sense due to the leather grip he threw on it. Condor follows suit at 316 as well, and the rare trifecta is achieved with the 3rd racket matching as well. Take a bow, Dunlop quality control, passing with flying colors. Great to see. Out the door after strings and overgrip, Shanks sits at 337. Condor's first racket matches that at 337. Makes sense, but then a mysterious loss of 1 gram with the 3rd racket at 336. It's marginal. I can live with it. These are hefty, but they're not going to be untenable to play with due to the whippy nature. After all, we shifted the balance point closer to the handle. Should play eerily similar to a pro staff. So yes, guys, Longshanks and Condor in person. This is a rarity. Good to see you again. So a couple questions regarding your new stick. The brief backstory, I've been playing with this for a little while. You had a swing with it, mine, on your wedding weekend. Something euphoric about it. Months go by, you give it another whirl, and it's the same results. Had you on eBay within minutes searching for this same racket. What is it about this stick, this setup specifically, that had you head over heels?
It just felt like coming home.
Hard to argue against that.
No, it kind of reminded me of, the racket I play with. It's a nice thick beam. It's just the weight behind it. I think it's a little more, is it head light?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like really good contact with the ball. It was easier when I was asking for power from the racket. It was giving it to me. When I was asking for control from this racket, it was giving it to me. And when I was asking for stylish, it just gave it to me. It just fell over.
So for those racket nerds out there, that serious tennis heads that are curious about your racket history, can you just give us a rapid fire recap of what sticks you've played with?
Yeah, very first stick I played with was a Wilson Ultra 97 Pro, which was a horrible first racket of choice. Then I switched to a Wilson Class 100, far more appropriate. Then I played with a Babolat 2016 Pure Aero, then a 2020 Pure Aero, and then I landed on the Dunlop SX 300 Tour, which is what I've been playing with for the last couple of years.
Right. So yeah, you've been all over the map. I know you had the SX Lite sitting at 290 unstrung.
Yeah.
And then you've certainly had some heavier frames as well.
Yeah. And I would say why switch rackets? I changed my forehand grip. And when I changed my forehand grip, my previous racket, it didn't seem to take to it as well. And just something about these specs, whatever, when I was hitting with it, with the new forehand grip, it just felt much better.
So for me, I've tried the Pro Staff and the Radical 315 unstrung, and they both felt way too heavy for me. And this is 305 unstrung, but with the grip, it's sitting at 316. So it's a little bit of an enigma there as to why I'm able to I feel like I could swing this one freely. I think it has to do with the balance point being a lot of the weight being down towards the handle and easier to swing through. So talk to us about the handle size. Isn't that a recent discovery?
That is also a recent discovery. It's a 4.5. So I used to hit with like the Hawaiian grip, you all know. And my hand sort of my muscle memory wants to cheat back towards it. And it's a lot harder to do that with a 4.5. And something about the 4.5, it's just, and with the leather grip, I mean, it's huge. It's just like a really solid, like there's a lot to grip onto. It's just like, yeah.
And then last thing we'll talk about aesthetics, particularly with these golden strings.
Unbelievable.
I know we were hallowing Kyrgios' setup, the Z-Zone with his Polytour Pro.
Yeah, it looks so sick.
And this is a pretty similar setup.
Pretty similar setup. Although I am not actually sold on the string. I noticed when I switched to this string from whatever this came with, I felt the balls flying a little more. Okay. So I may go back to what's that green string I hit with?
Oh, Hyper-G.
Yeah, I may give Hyper-G a whirl and see, but for right now, you know, the aesthetics of this unmatched, easily the best looking racket I've ever heard.
Vamos. All right. Well, hopefully many more victories to come.
Yep.
Welcome to the club, baby.
Heck yeah. Wait, you're not mad about this?
Oh, I already gave my spiel that I was irate. Oh. I mean, like, seething.
It's nice that you're saving face.
I was borderline going to cancel the channel over this. Like, this is threatening to tear the friendship apart. Yeah. I live by one rule, as I mentioned earlier, and that has been breached. So, but what's a guy to do? All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed it. Remember that Trashman Tennis.
It's all about the tennis trash we've been.
Vamos.